Hello, welcome back. This is Jacob continuing the narration series for the short stories located on the modules for the various characters in Arknights. And today we are looking at one of the newest additions to Arknights, that being Ling and her short story. Now, I would like to structure this video as, first off, in this first part before I read the story, I would basically like to say a couple of things about her as a character, then the story, and then maybe say my 2 cents on her, what I think about her as a unit, I guess. So that's gonna be the end of the video. But yeah, first off, before anything else, if anybody is catching a glimpse of that potential in that almost top right corner, well, just watch the poll video. I'm not even gonna comment on what the hell happened during that session. But yeah, anyway, what do I think about her as a character, both from a lore perspective and personal interest? Amazing, 11 out of 10. What else can I say? The way she speaks, acts, the way she is described, first off. part awake, part asleep, part drunk. When I first saw those lines, I think it's the main story that says that, or was it? I can't remember right now. Was the main story or her operator record that said that? But anyway, the only thing that went through my head was, someone's describing me. Minus the drunk part. I only ever once got drunken in my life, and that was... well, let's put it this way. It took an entire whiskey bottle and nothing really happened besides me feeling woozy and wobbly and giggly. And then I discovered I have a high tolerance for alcohol, apparently. But yeah, half awake, half asleep. I can attest to that. Yep. Literally my everyday life. But in other regards, poetry is sitting very deep rooted at the center of this character, and whoever was writing the text for her, the lore for her, you my good person, need a raise. That is some amazing shit. And the only other thing I can say about her is if Inception the movie was a character in Arknights, it would be called Ling. Because, my god, those dream walking scenarios, I do not even know where to begin with those. Interpreting dreams in general is already... well, it isn't difficult. It's essentially your brain processing whatever it has witnessed during the day or recent events or whatever. The newest piece of information is being processed, is interacting with something prior that is similar. I don't know. Not an expert, just know bits and pieces that I know from documentaries and shit about that stuff. But in her case, my god, how do you interpret some of that shit? Reading the main story and the operator record, which is my god, if you have not seen it yet yourself, link will be at the end of the video on screen and in the description of this video, because I've already done that one, considering that one only took 50% trust to unlock. Which, by the way, I would like to say something. Why only an operator record and not a paradox simulation? Weird. I don't think she's the only one. I don't remember now from the top of my head, but I thought she's not the only one, right, who had that. But weird. Still very weird. But yeah, in general, love her as a character. And cannot wait for more shenanigans. Hope this story that I have going right now with the sisters and the other brothers and who the hell knows who else is gonna pop up into this one, is gonna get expanded in the future with a part 3. Because so far, amazing. Well, as for the module itself, Whoever thought the idea of can hold plus 3 additional summoned units and summoned unit deployment costs are reduced, thought that would be amazing? Well, he was right. My god. As for the module itself, I mean, can't say very much. Old Chinese currency, a bamboo scroll with obviously Ling poetry. The thing that stands out from all of this to me is how amazing this... What is this even called actually? Like an ink whale? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. But whatever, I love the design of this, especially this little part. It looks like it's spilled ink, but it's definitely just a design around this part. And it looks beautiful. Love it. But anyway, let's get into the story, shall we? The title of the module and the story is Fond Dream with Poetry. And it goes as follows. A great wind comes from the depths of the desert, blowing straight across a boundless meadow. Beyond it is a nomadic city, its night as bright as the day. This wind, what about it? I'm not sure how to describe it right now. Even the great wordsmith Ling has times when she's lost for words. The wind first passes through the eaves of the garden, swirling around the head of the willow tree. Its power largely spent, it brushes against Ling's face, as if scratching an itch. The company of friends, endless cups of wine, the warm wind brings me... I've flipped through your recent poems. A sudden voice rings out. Brother. Warm wind, fragrant wind, easterly wind, lotus wind, willow wind, wind across the bridge, wind beneath the fan. Why don't you try going somewhere without wind for a change? Is there any place in this world that doesn't have any wind? She can't remember how many poetry meetings she has attended recently. Pretty much the same gardens, the same meandering water, the same 1,000 cups of liquid you couldn't get drunk on, the same 100 poems, the same charming emotions. To make merry is fine indeed, but it is too easy to make merry. There may be a place that needs you more, somewhere that'll let you compose new poems. In order to control its only water source, this mobile city does not rely on the mountains as a barrier, but rather stands on the vast desert, like a lonely giant in an unfathomably vast world with nobody else to rely on. The great wind rouses, occasionally kicking up rough sand and dust that passes across one's cheeks like daggers. It's not as if there's no wind here. It's just not that same kind of wind. The mountain's sanctuary is distant, the spring wind's breath expired. Ling stares at the meadow but a stone's throw away, where the last of the remaining elite soldiers lay, their armor covered in wet spikes. 3 whole battalions, yet the meadow at night is nothing but a meadow. An ambush took place here. The city that browses the night was the bait, while the meadow was the trap. Light the torch brighter. They're already bright enough to attract those guys. It is for the soldiers beneath the meadow to see. War comes soon and none shall return. Nobody can resist the urge to turn around and look. Burn them brighter, and they shall become the lights of their hometowns. The great wind cannot extinguish the flames in the meadow. The men's eyes fix upon their homes through the night. A cold wind blows, the senses stir. Our eyes open to the depths of the Shansheng's night. Empty jars of Husong wine fill the pavilion, a half-written poem on the page in front of her. And there we go, another short story done. And this one, again, like I said at the beginning, my god, she and her dreams. Reading this and then being like, oh, wait, this whole thing was another memory, dream, whatever the hell. So when did that happen? Considering her dreams appear to be actually shit that transpired and might be even connecting her through time itself, maybe to the recipient. I'm not sure. I kind of interpreted that, especially from the main story at certain points. At least it feels like that. Especially there is one voice line that is kind of weird because it addresses the doctor as she knew him, but the way I'm interpreting that line is that she potentially knew the old doctor, like the pre-amnesia doctor, but is describing him now as a completely different person, like pretty much everybody else who knew him before is describing him now. Sorry, I'm saying him because at the end of the day the doctor is us, us the player. What the hell is wrong with my voice right now? But yeah, as a unit, what do I think about her? Does she break the game? Heck no. Does she make a lot of things easier? Yes. Is she squishy? Oh fuck yeah. She can die so quickly. Do not either deploy something that is gonna create a chain of this is priority target for ranged units. Oh boy, can she and her stage 1 summons die quick. But yeah, as for let's see, how do I like using her? Currently I didn't experiment much with her. I'm probably gonna experiment a lot over the week with the integrated strategies once that gets updated after the server reset. Probably gonna experiment a bit with her during that, just to see how well she does during all of that stuff, because let's put it like this, this entire weekend I did not have a single chance to play that, considering reading through the story and then recording everything, well, all of the operator records, plus grinding her out to 100%. Fuck, Xenoblade 3 came out this weekend, so I was pleasantly occupied while pressing a single button to continue repeating 2 stages in the game. My god, that took a while. But yeah, I do not really think she breaks the game in any shape or form. She does make stuff very easy. But then again, if you do not deploy her properly or cannot deploy stuff quickly enough, even though her module does make it easier to deploy the summons quicker because they are way cheaper. What was it again? Was it 19 or 18 now with the module? Because her S3 summons costed like 23, if I remember correctly, to deploy. And with the module, I think it cuts it by 5. So I think it's 18, if I remember right now. So that makes it a bit easier, but oof, stage 1. I mean, it's a good summon, blocks 2. When it fuses with the bigger one, blocks 4. When you pop the skill on S3 is probably the most broken part about her, to be quite frank. I mean, it's literally a thing that pulses twice in a second. So if you manage to deploy like 2 of the big summons right next to each other and they are covering just one little tile where units are passing through or something, they're just literally melting it away, which is amazing to look at. But yeah, like I said, it takes a while to deploy, quite a while to deploy her properly. But yeah, she's fun. She's definitely fun. I usually don't play much around with summoners, but honestly she has been, for me, the most fun summoner so far, mostly because how flexible her summons are, being able to be deployed with her S2 being able to deploy on range tiles and just being ranged casters that are definitely squishy as hell. My god, the tier 1 summon is so squish. And then the well, both her first and third skill are essentially deploy on melee tiles, but probably third skill my favorite skill on her, considering how big and tanky the big boy becomes. But yeah, she's definitely fun. Gonna be testing her out a bit over the week, as I'm gonna be also recording a small, like, maybe twice a week or so Let's Play series for the integrated strategies from this week onward. Especially because we are getting a new, well, we're getting new units to play around with, and I'm curious what else they added, because I think they added something else to it. I don't want to know what they added to it. I want to see for myself, by the way. If anyone is gonna type that out in the comments, don't. I want to see it for myself. I generally stay away from places like Reddit and stuff, so I don't get spoiled on shit. But yeah, fun unit. All I can say. Bottom line, fun. So, to all of you who are still trying to pull Ling, good luck. I wish you the best of luck. And I hope I left a couple of Lings in the pool. Hopefully. Anyway, I think this is enough rambling for this video. Yeah, anyway. Thank you all for listening. This has been Jacob, and I will see you in the next video. So, till then, bye-bye.